Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video and welcome to the fresh new episode of USA Weekly Market Report, the first session for the calendar year 2022. Now, those who have watched my previous videos on this session, so we have done with 2021 and I have already made a 2022 preview video as far as the Wall Street preview is concerned for the calendar year 2022. So this is technically the first episode in calendar year 2022 where we are going to look at the week forward. But before that, if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, hit on the subscription button and also hit on the notification bell along with the all button to get my upcoming video notifications. Now, there are lots of important or interesting things that we need to look at. So let's start without any further ado. As you can see, first news, I think this is very important. Tesla will hike price of a self-driving driver assistance to $12,000. Now, why this news is important? Understand this: when inflation is rising beyond a certain point, companies are not going to bear the burden. They will pass on that impact, and now the end user has to pay, which means which means that the profit of the companies will going to move higher. First thing. Second thing, now this is going to be a cyclical impact or cyclical impact on the entire economy, where because when the profit goes higher, obviously company now have more money to spend and probably they will have more opportunities to join in and probably more people to hire in. So I mean there is a complete environment for that, and there there are some indications which we can see if you are looking at this particular headline. Apart from that, S&P and NASDAQ falls for the fourth day in spiking interest rate to cap the first trading week of 2022. Now, this is a short term. This is a short term, and market is trying to readjust its prices. We are going to look the same in the chart as well, but this kind of fall are short term in nature. Okay, so you need not to worry about much. Apart from that, do we have anything else? Let's look at City. This is more related to the real economy. That Citigroup will terminate unvaccinated workers by January 31st. I mean, so be careful. This is a genuine request, and those who are listening to me and those who are not listening to me, please share it to them that there is a press release, I mean, which is saying that if you are not vaccinated worker, then you have to leave the company. So this is serious thing. So please be vaccinated. This is not only a good thing for yourself, but your surroundings as well. Apart from that, you have to join the as Amazon cut paid leave for workers following change to CDC guidance. So this is one of the things. Eurozone inflation, a new record high of 5% in December. I mean, now for the last couple of years or decades, everybody, specifically Eurozone and American economy, is asking for inflation. Now you have it. Now, how are you going to deal with it? That's the big question you have here. Earlier, you were asking for inflation, you will have it, and now inflation is in front of you. Now you are going to, what you are going to do? Now there is a series, classic case where how the cycle will move. In that case, you will see there will be a first initial spike of inflation, and people started feeling the fear or the jitters. Then you will see a sudden drop. Okay, so we are in the first zone where we will see a very sharp inflation spike, and you will see all the central banks have started taking measures. And then what you are going to see is you will definitely see a big drop as well. But the important thing will start thereafter. If you are not if you are not serious enough to understand this, you will see I would say a steady rise in inflation thereafter. Okay, and then you have to take the decision where actually you want to go. Okay, so this is basically a classical cycle. Whether it will play out in the same way or not, that is yet to be seen, because these are long term cycles. We have seen that thing. I mean, if you go back 100 years ago, but this is history. History will definitely rhyme their words. It's not going to be exactly similar, but it will definitely rhyme. So you need to understand all these things. Now, these are some of the important things that you need to look at. And yeah, you can see Shell pursues $7 billion buyback at pace despite LNG troubles. So I mean, what this company can see and what other people's don't. So these are some of the indications. What you need to do, you just need to observe, because generally we don't see that companies related to energy or oil sector doing these kind of things. Okay, so let's quickly go to the market section and let's see what's happening over there. And Dow Jones is 4 points down flat. NASDAQ 144, 145. Probably the jitters about the interest rate spike we have here. And then you will see how tech stocks, I mean, which are directly, indirectly related or which are included in NASDAQ, like Tesla, they have started increase their, products or services, the price of their products and services. So everything is visible. You can see the gold is moving higher. You can see the yield is moving higher. You can see the USD, Euro USD is moving higher. The VIX is falling down. So most of the things are all over the place. Okay, you can see the natural gas. I've talked about this natural gas, I think 2 weeks back. This is also moving higher. The dollar index, it is very much steady, and the way it is looking and the kind of policies we have, definitely we will see that the dollar at least not going down below a certain level, right? So if the policy is if there is a sense that interest rate is going to go higher, we have a tight policy or stricter policy, the policy is going to change. These kind of words actually very much important if you are looking at the investor community, or if you understand how investor communities thinks. So I mean, there is a very high probability that USD or dollar index is going to stay above 95 until and unless you will see there is a definitive change. Now let's quickly go to the chart and let's start analyzing each and everything. This is the first chart of Dow Jones. This is the daily chart. Let's go to the hourly chart and see. Now I have discussed about the long-term chart of Dow Jones and NASDAQ. You can probably check out the video, Wall Street Preview 2022. But if you are looking at this particular chart of Dow Jones, understand this. It looks like the indices will, or it is in a consolidation, and the consolidation will prevail. And in between the consolidation, you will see, or you will certainly see, some very big and sharp moves on both the sides. Okay, it is very much visible. The trend is very much visible as of now. As you can see, the trend is very much visible, right? This is your range in between which Dow Jones is moving. Yeah, this is what we have here. So what we can see, or what we can get from this range, are two things. First, the range continues. It means there will be a consolidation going forward. And secondly, there will be a huge volatility ahead, right? As you can see on the downside, we again comes back with a similar scenario where we will have our support at 34,780 and 34,000 on the downside. And on the upside, if it started moving or sustaining above 37,000, we will see some big or sharp moves. So this is how the trend or the range of Dow Jones looks like. Coming on to the NASDAQ, where we will see some very sharp corrections, and probably there will be a potential of a breakdown. Why I am saying this is because the level, this one, okay, it is about to be broken, 14,850. So if you are looking at this particular thing, so it looks like it is at a loose foot, and if things are not looking good, there will be a breakdown as far as the chart of NASDAQ is concerned. And what do we specifically look at if you are looking at the overall range? So this is what we have here, right? This is the overall range of NASDAQ, and this is again back to square one, I would say. So 18,000, 14,856 and 14,700. So these will be your two important zones to look at if you are looking at the current trend or the range as if of NASDAQ. So be very much careful, more specifically if you are looking at the chart of NASDAQ, because if it does not hold as of now, you will see a further further selling pressure on the downside. So this is what we have here as far as the trend is concerned. So things can go both the ways, or if this is the end of the correction because NASDAQ is trading towards the lower end of the range, then we will definitely have a range in between 16,700 and 17,000 on the upside. Now looking at the company, which is this one, okay. So we have the ADR, where they have announced a $7 billion worth of buyback. So this is the long-term chart, and technically, when let's understand one thing, when inflation is moving higher, you will see the commodity prices will perform at their best. It does not only mean that the commodity prices are going to move higher and we will suffer. It also means the life of the people or the poverty will also reduce, because we have seen similar kind of things in 2007 and 8 till 2007 and 8, and when the economy started running, you will see everything will move on the higher side, even the prosperity of human society. Now if you're looking at this chart, you will see $39 or $40, and probably the stock is ready for a move towards $89 or $90 on the upside. So this is what we have here, and let's go and check out the crude. Okay, so this is the WTI crude futures, and probably let's go to the daily chart. This is what we have here, a very sharp downtake and a very sharp recovery on the upside. So this is what we have here as far as the trend is concerned, and here we are. Right, so this is what we have here as far as, so this is the trend we have here in front of us. We have $67 on the downside, and the range is still intact, and it will be in between 92 and 96 on the upside, which means we have higher prices, at least in the oil, and because this is an indication energy prices will also move higher, which means prices are going to move on the upside. Now if prices are going to move, the raw materials are going to move on the upside, so does the price of the end product. This is a simple thing, and soon you will see the profitability of the company will move higher. This is an indication which we are getting as of now. Hopefully this is good, because if we are going into a cycle which is expanding or expansion of capital expenditure, then we are here for a very big move, not only in the upcoming weeks, but in the upcoming years as well. But because we are restricting ourselves for the upcoming weeks, so we will see. We can see that the Nasdaq probably end up with its correction if it does not fall below 14,700, and we can now see that the Dow Jones will move into a down phase, and you will see the Nasdaq will move higher. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.